Hey, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you are doing well. Going to give some thoughts on an interesting change of opinion, of heart, from artist and songwriter and producer extraordinaire, Mr. Pharrell Williams. First, before I get too deep into that, I do want to mention that we have a wonderful link to a wonderful charity compilation on vinyl down below. Proceeds from the comp go toward the Immigrant Legal Resource Center. We have less than 1,000 of these left. And again, this is going to be the last batch. The record is half yellow, half black, and features the works of many great artists whose music I've covered very positively over the years. Check it out. Link down below. So, Pharrell, he is back in a new GQ interview and photo spread where he's being advertised as, I guess, this new wave of masculinity, this new male. I don't exactly know how to interpret it for a few different reasons. One, the photos and the messaging of the whole thing seem a little bit too like performative wokeness. It just kind of reeks of that, honestly. And on top of it, Pharrell is not new. He is an old man at this point. Pharrell is not a new person. He has been around for a long time. Not that somebody who's older can't have progressive social values or gender politics. I mean, that's great that Pharrell is saying what he's saying in this interview, which we will get into. But Pharrell, not a new guy, not a new person, not new on the scene. So what exactly he brings to masculinity in terms of novelty, I don't really know, because Pharrell has been Pharrell for quite a while at this point. But let's get into this bit of the interview where he essentially critiques and distances himself from the Robin Thicke song that he did back in 2013, Blurred Lines, which not only landed a lawsuit with Marvin Gaye's estate, but also the year that it came out, and I guess since then, has earned quite a bit of critique from people who feel that the lyrics are coming on a little strong, kind of questionable, kind of rapey. I myself have never had a whole ton of praise for the track, never been a Robin Thicke guy. Can't say that most of my dislike for the song came down to just the lyrics, though, but still never really cared for the song and didn't really get why Pharrell was so passionate over the years to defend the track, because it's not really that great of a song. It's not really that great of a tune. I mean, for Pharrell, I would imagine that he could pump out 4 tracks that sound just like Blurred Lines in an afternoon. But in this GQ interview, Pharrell gets into his changing opinions on this track. Let's read them, and I'll give some thoughts of my own. I think Blurred Lines opened me up. I didn't get it at first because there were older white women who, when that song came on, they would behave in the most surprising ways ever, and I would be like, wow, they would have me blushing. So when there started to be an issue with it lyrically, I was like, what are you talking about? There are women who really like this song and connect with the energy that just gets you up. And I know you want it. Women sing those kinds of lyrics all the time. So it's like, what's rapey about that? And then I realized that there are men who use that same language when taking advantage of a woman. And it doesn't matter that that's not my behavior or the way that I'm thinking about things. It just matters how it affects women. And I was like, got it. I get it. Cool. My mind opened up to what was actually being said in the song and how it can make someone feel. Even though it wasn't the majority, it didn't matter. I cared what they were feeling too. I realized that we live in a chauvinist culture in our country. Hadn't realized that. I didn't realize that some of my songs cater to that, so that blew my mind. Okay, a few different things here. I mean, Pharrell has been in the music industry for a very long time, and I'm sure he understands at this point that sex sells, music that has a bit of an erotic edge sells. I mean, the dude has not only been in the music industry for a long time, but he's been in hip-hop for a long time and is around music video sets and rappers who might have chauvinist lyrics. I mean, he knows this is going on. I don't completely buy into him being as naive as he is in this instance. Maybe when it comes specifically to this song, okay, possibly, but for him to just be coming through here and saying, whoa, I didn't know that there was sexism in society is a bit of a tough sell for me, which again, I think kind of boils down to and really kind of gets in my craw with this piece being as performatively woke as it is. Though, look, that's not to say that his change of heart here isn't a good thing. That's not to say that the man isn't entitled to a change of mind. That's fine. That's good. That's cool. Because at the end of the day, I think some of what he's saying here is in fact true. I mean, a lot of the lines in that Robin Thicke song could certainly be taken out of context and used in a way that normalizes speech that men may use to manipulate and pressure women into having sex. And as Pharrell says in this interview, there are instances where women use these same lyrics too. That is in fact true. However, context does matter. Usually in real life and also in music, when you hear a female artist using that lyricism, it's usually used as a tease, a way to sort of invite somebody who is a sexual conquest in, whereas with someone who's a male using those words, typically it's more of a justification for an advance. As you are coming on to someone and they are having second doubts, they're looking around, seeking an escape route, they very clearly don't look that interested, but you are going to say to them, well, you know you want it. Yeah, that's a little creepy. And honestly, I don't think the way that it's applied in the Robin Thicke song is all that different. I do think it is a little rapey, if I can use that terminology again, instead of just quoting it. If there is one more thing that I think is genuine from Pharrell in this interview, it's that maybe he thought everything was cool and he thought that there was nothing wrong with the song because there were a lot of people who were enjoying it and praising it, women enjoying it and singing along with those lyrics and doing some crazy ass stuff. Those older white women, bust down, Brenda, bust down. Going absolutely nutso to this track. And look, that's fine. I'm not trying to say that white women can't enjoy a fun, danceable, sexy song, or that someone can't make a sexy song for fun. There are plenty of ways to make a sexy or a sexual track that'll make the older white ladies go mad without putting in lyricism that again comes off a little the word again. For example, Prince was an artist who made some pretty freaky music over the years. I wouldn't categorize the work of Prince as being all that rapey or anything. And older white women have done probably even crazier things to the music of Prince, or done crazier things at the Prince show than any Robin Thicke concert. I guess the one thing I'm thinking about and wondering about past this point is, since Pharrell has voiced this opinion, voiced this change of heart, how consistent will he be along these lines going forward? Will he work on or produce another pop track, another hip hop track, another R&B track, another any track that has this type of lyricism behind it? If he completely avoids it and he finds other ways of doing things that sort of avoid the chauvinism, not that I think a lot of tracks in the Pharrell catalog run along the lines of Blurred Lines. I don't. But again, I think what he's saying here is nice. It's great that he's being thoughtful. It's great that he's making some thoughtful commentary here. But ultimately, what will matter is whether or not he puts out or works on another track that essentially makes these same mistakes. So if he doesn't, then that's fantastic. Then he is not only talking the talk, he's walking the walk. And, look, at the end of the day, I think Pharrell might work on some music here and there that one might interpret as being a little chauvinist, but ultimately I think Pharrell is a good dude. I don't think Pharrell would be in the music industry for as long as he is, with the squeaky clean reputation that he has, if he were the worst person in the world. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of Pharrell's change of heart on this track. If you ever thought the lyrics on Blurred Lines were really a big deal, or if they offended you from the get-go. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Blurred Lines, forever.